Manchester United 0, Newcastle United 3. A smashing win for Newcastle United, has to be said. A wonderful win. They've made their way to the quarterfinals, and I think aside from Liverpool, at this point, Newcastle probably are second favourites to win this tournament. I do hope they win this tournament because I think they were a little bit unlucky not to win it last season. Not that they were unlucky in the sense that they played well or that they were robbed, but the fact I think was that they just came up against a Manchester United side at that point who were really in the ascendancy. But this year, I feel like there's something about them, and I hope they can take that final step towards winning a trophy, which will hopefully set them on the path towards more glory coming forward, because the Premier League desperately needs more competition. So that being said, the 3 goals they scored today were fantastic. All 3 brilliant strikes, by the way. Go watch those goals again. They were so beautifully scored. The finish, the quality of that finish is just something to admire. Almiron with that nice little drag finish that he put into the back of the net. The great goal from Lewis Hall. Absolutely fantastic strike from the edge of the box, and then Joe Willock with a precise strike right into the corner. Just beautiful to watch. You gotta admire that. You just gotta admire the quality of the finishing, especially so when you look at the other side of Manchester United, which is just at this moment in time, Manchester United can't defend and they can't score, and quite frankly, they can't even do anything in the midfield. They just look like a team that's just meandering from one game to the other. I've got to point this out. I think the fact is, this is going to be a more Manchester United centric review rather than Newcastle, but I just want to say that's not a reflection on Newcastle. I thought Newcastle were fantastic, brilliant, and I think they're a team on the up, and United are a team that are just going down and down and down. Every time you think there's bottom, but there's more to go. It's like going down the ocean in some ways, isn't it? You keep going down and you think, well, we've reached the end, but no, there's more. Or maybe into the vast expanse of space, right? You just keep going on and on and on. But it is just incredible to see what has happened to Manchester United. I thought some of the changes today, he made the changes that were needed, but I just feel that at this moment in time, what I learned today is that there's nothing in this team at all. I think we used 18 players. If you look at the 11 that started, and then there were 7 changes, so there's 18 players that he's used across 2 games, and the scoreline has been the same. The performance levels have been the same. It just means that there's nothing. There's nobody in this team. There's no spark. There's nobody who cares. There's nobody who wants to care. There's nobody who's going to come in and make a difference. Maybe at some point Kobe Manu might, but you can't put that kind of pressure on a 17-year-old to come in and make a difference like that. So it's just a mess. And one thing I will say, and I've kept on saying this about Erik Ten Hag, he is checked out. He is mentally checked out of this team. I am not Ten Hag out. I don't want him to get the sack. I don't think he should be sacked. But I feel that he is checked out. I think he knows that he's getting the sack. He knows something that we don't. He knows that he's getting the sack. He knew back in preseason that this team isn't going to go anywhere. I think he knew that. And today, a very big thing that I noticed, in last season, if you know, whenever United played badly, whenever there was a bad piece of play, whenever there was something wrong, he would always scribble in his notes. He'd scribble in his notes, right. Today, he didn't do that. He didn't do that today. He wasn't writing anything. He's just standing in the glum, like, yeah, whatever. He's checked out. I think he has realized that this team has nothing going for it. This team is not going anywhere. Whether that's his fault or not is a different matter. The fact is, he knows that this team can't do what he wants them to do, and so he's just waiting to get sacked. He's got a big compensation coming his way, and I don't blame him for not resigning, because he deserves that compensation, because that's the contract he agreed to. So I'm not going to blame him for not resigning, but I think he knows that he's getting sacked, and I'm soon he's just waiting for that to happen. Mason Mount, for me, I think was a disgrace throughout this game. I don't know what Ten Hag saw in him to splash out £60 million. We said this all summer, all season, pre-season. Why are you signing him for 60 million? What's the point of bringing him in? 30 million, yeah, fine, I can agree to accept that, but he brings nothing to this team. He's just absolute garbage. I don't like using those words, but he's absolute garbage. Amrabat looks average. There's something that Dalot looked average today. I thought Antony looked average. Garnacho was okay, but again, sure why he's not starting. Hannibal, I actually applaud Ten Hag for one thing, and that's he kept Hannibal on. He didn't take him off until the 65th minute. It would have been very easy to take him off, but he didn't, and I think that is very, very commendable from him. But again, he wasn't very good. But he's tried to show some fight, some tenacity. But again, he looks average as well, and he's supposed to be one of the star kids of the academy. So imagine what's going on there. So there's just a lot to be sad about if you're a United fan at this point, because there doesn't seem to be any kind of ray of hope anywhere. And I don't know what's going to happen against Fulham. That game. And it says in the caption, Ten Hag is on the brink. I do think that we have now got to the point where it's a matter of when and not if Ten Hag will get sacked. I don't want it to happen. I'll be sad when it does happen. But the fact is that we are now reaching that point. We're reaching the end game, because I just don't see how he's going to change this. Maybe some structural change, maybe some tactical change, like a formation change might work. But he's never wanted to do it. He's been always reticent to do it, and I don't think he should be doing it now. But yeah, it's coming. It's coming. That's all I can say. And it's just sad. It is sad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I think this team just. I don't think any manager is going to come in and make this team better. But I think Ten Hag just can't wait to get out of there. I think that's his body language. He just can't wait to get out of there. And I think some of the players as well look like they just don't want to be. They want to be anywhere except in that Old Trafford pitch or playing in that Manchester United shirt. So not to unpack. Anyway, that's what happens. That's what happens when you have a cycle of 10 years of neglect and coasting through, you reach this point. Anyway, share your thoughts. Smash like for Newcastle. I thought they were fantastic today. I think there's so many man of the match performances from them. Everyone looked on it. Everyone looked up for it. That's what the team looks like. Well done to Newcastle. Very well played. So smash like for them. Share your thoughts. Subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching.